Number two feels like it's a really fun thing to say in light of the very uh, macabre thing he just said. Fuck it, we're super cop.
Moronic, gloating psychopath.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's a legit reaction.
Quick, a motive, while the iron is still hot. Get one out of him.
Yeah, let's get a motive out of him.
No, not shush. He could say he was taking the fall for someone. Disoriented, tortured. It's useless in court without a motive. Don't mess this up. Coax it out of him. He's still warm. They were fucking.
So why were you looking at them?
I'm always looking.
You always creeping on people through your scope like that?
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
Helps him see all the shit.
And if you don't like what you see,
Click.
It's part of the shit, you see.
then you pull the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
Wait, what do we got for the composure test?
72%.
Damn, Daniel. Let's go with number one. What else did you not like?
Them
Or what specific?
fucking.
Oh,
I didn't like that.
so you were jealous. Oh god.
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself, drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second, writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
This man has seen past her, like you did.
That doesn't explain why there were Maybells near on her patio. Creep. Jeez. How long have you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
What was she
Hiding
doing?
something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
And what did she hide?
Her passport and tickets to Villiers. And from there to Cachet Brut.
In the free state of Seminine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
The hidden buoy.
Did you look into it? Did you
After
take her
she
papers?
was gone.
Did you keep it?
No. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to Villiers. I put them back. If I wanted to extort someone, I'd do better.
I bet you took him after he died, just to be safe.
This implies that he's thought about extorting her. Also, a little inconsistency here. He was surprised to hear her name Clausia before. Would he not have seen it on the documents?
You didn't seem to recognize the name Klasia.
You didn't say Klasia in there.
Oh, what did it say her name was?
It was something. I don't remember. It was dark that morning. I only remember her face on the photo.
You sure? There's nothing in there when I went there. I'm assuming she just took it.
Why would I need that trash? I'm not going to Villiers.
A strange confusion comes over him from time to time. Some kind of aberration of the nervous system.
Well, if you took her passports, then she wouldn't be able to leave and you can keep watching her like a creep. That's my guess. Did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook, on the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
The bruises. Can you make that out in a scope? And the fact that she was a spook? How did he come to that?
Only because he just mentioned it. Chris, do you want a death metal shirt that says Cloaca on it? I can send you a link later. It's totally unrelated to what we're talking about.
Not really, to be honest.
Okay, that's fair. I might get it. How could you tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sort of sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
Do you see that through a scope?
Yeah, spy versus spy isn't real, dude.
You can't see that through a scope. It's just a blur there.
Well, how does he
How'd you
know?
know this?
Do you want to do that, or do you want to do this one?
Let's do the let's do the reaction speed one first.
It quickly comes to you.
Any chance you've seen them through a hole in the wall?
Yeah. You midnighted porkies. Ugh. So you hated that.
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
You made it.
With a clip point knife.
Yeesh.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
Did you ever see you through a window on a roof?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
Those
All
were
right.
your footprints up there, eh?
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
That too.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
Those two took the cake.
Yeah, the lightning gets shit going. Speed freaks fucking in the bushes.
He must know his way around a creaky floorboard and a rusty hinge on a door.
How'd you get into the pinball workshop?
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
How do you open the door? That was a mega case we had to solve.
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window.
You had feelings for this woman. You really did.
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals of his eyes glistened suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying?
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know.
That's when we gently hand him a subscription to any HoloLive member he so chooses. You can just have a parasocial relationship on Twitch, dude. It's okay. Find an ASMR channel.
It's fine.
Yeah. There have been others? Why did my voice crack?
Yes, over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something.
It's proletarian to veer in like a creep, though. To leer, sorry, not veer. Was that why you left the dried flowers behind your window?
No,
Why then?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of our room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
When was this?
The day after I killed him.
And you brought Maybells.
Yes, I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
I don't know which to choose. Because I think up until now he was like, oh yes, that, like she's very bourgeois. He's like, oh, the women are bourgeois, and he's like, I wanted to kill him and get his brains all over her to teach her a lesson. But now he's leaving flowers.
He doesn't know why he does the things he does anymore.
Yeah,
According
he's
to
allowed
him.
to be. Yeah, he can be inconsistent because he's just warped from being on an island, not talking to people. I feel like he did take her documentation, right? Like, he was like he just kind of flubbed that.
It's unclear. He definitely saw it and found it. He doesn't say that he took it.
That's true.
He got confused.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but if I'm watching somebody, like if I'm peering into somebody like he does, and you're seeing her just be like doing drugs, and he's just watching her pleasure herself, and then the day after he kills him, and he sees her crying, and he just thinks, maybe I should be like, I don't know, was it regret? See what kind of, like, he doesn't know why he did the things he did, but was it like, I don't know. I'm just surprised he's not going like, she's coming down from doing drugs.
Also possible.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you wanted to manipulate her. I think you don't believe you did, but this feels like a weird cycle of being a jerk and then being nice and being a jerk again.
Maybe,
That's just me, though.
I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you.
A sudden pang of rage.
If you
Ooh.
came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
It wasn't about him. It was about her.
Her.
It was about bitches.
Where
you,
is
Kuno.
she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
Why would we lie in this situation?
Don't know. If we think it could be useful, I guess.
Yeah. Let's be honest. We don't know where she is.
Good for her. That girl kept staring into the scope, you know. In the end, this last week, kept staring at the island. At night, crying or smoking on the roof, like she knew I was here. It doesn't matter.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lusan's Central Aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft.
Let's look north.
On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts of the city she's leaving, for another, far south. Smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it a dark strip of ruins, barely visible if she didn't squint her eyes. He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day, cigarette by cigarette.
We can totally get more out of him. He's squealing.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years? Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
Now let's assess his body language. Just punch that one.
Okay. Do you want to do anything else? Just do it as is.
No, you're right. I missed the first thing at the top. We haven't done that one yet.
Okay.
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back. The familiar put of hatred.
What is it, Rorschach? What more specifically do you hate?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries. Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Everard Clare.
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
Oof. Yeah, I was gonna say, that statue really felt out of place. I think. I don't know, it was too modern looking for a lot of the other stuff there.
Well,
Anything?
I don't know. I mean, Martinez is certainly modernist. It was a bit of a weird statue. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Anything more, though?
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. Intense, like animals, like those boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
Oh, he's talking about, no, he didn't all of them. Andre. Egghead. Those are teenagers, man. That's all?
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Koyamoran, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
Ugh. It's like Epstein.
I don't know about the second one, although the drugs I'm sure is correct.
Yeah. Just say nothing, because that is kind of a fucked up, shocking thing he just said.
Fair.
That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt, Frisell, is now dead.
It's just Nod. This took a weird turn. It's just Nod.
We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those disco whores...
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. There was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency people might be worth investigating.
Let's go with number 3. I don't actually know a lot about like what Mr. Clare was even attempting to do. We just found those banners like the day after.
Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy. The true enemy of the proletariat. Placating the masses.
Disappointment, so personal. He displays a familiarity with the union's top brass.
What are these union demands? Benefits? Dental? A green cookie on St. Patrick's Day? No, Kuno, it didn't used to be like this at all. Who's the disappointment? Is it Everard and his weird brother who we never met?
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean, the brains of the operation. The smart one.
Edgar.
Oh, you mean Edgar?
He talks a big game about uprising and social base. They must have sent the smart one to some university in Le Jardin, where it's alienation this and hegemony that.
When was the last time somebody talked to you about hegemony, Chris?
I don't know.
I mean, it was very recently we talked about the cultural hegemony of Marvel movies.
That must have been an interesting one.
It was insightful, at least. You've talked to Edgar.
First against the wall with him.
The
Damn.
Clears know everything about Martinez. Of course they know him too. Maybe they asked him to.
Have you approached them?
I haven't approached anyone. I hid. It was Edgar who came to me.
And how did
That's
he
how
know?
the kids lit the fire. That's how they found him.
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. I told you, he has brains. Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. Thought he was a man of the left. Wouldn't rat me out. I was right about one of those things.
Like the idea that Edgar Clare, who I'm assuming is very similar to Everard Clare, in his big gaming chair, was sitting there in the open next to those two kids, and they're like, "We saw a monster." He's like, "Monsters, you say?" And he rolled his chair down the what's it called? Down the pier to the boat. He just got in. It's so fucking stupid. That's what I'm picturing. What did you talk about? I assumed it was very intellectually stimulating for somebody who lives alone on an island for 90 years.
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle. Flaunted his pink degree. Even quoted Marzov. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzov. Oh, and charity too. They love their charity. Offered me blankets and social housing. I still have the gas cooker he brought.
You know, that was built by the bourgeois, right? I'm gonna pick minute things and refer to them as bourgeois so he feels fucking stupid. I will be petty about it, I will be inconsistent, and he will feel bad.
Probably not, but maybe.
No, some people do, though. I've done that to be petty. When was this?
20 years ago. Neither of them could walk now, could they? They were less fat then.
That's around the time the Clears came to power.
Ooh. And he let you hang out here?
Let me be here. The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from the Loyalists. Even the Clares understand this.
They let him be here. Understanding was a courtesy. But why such a courtesy?
Oh. Did you kill him? Bet you did.
You know
For that
why
reason.
I killed that fucker, Dwat. As to Edgar, I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
What do you mean again? What'd you do?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
Okay, he didn't do the hanged man for them. But he's insinuating something.
Oof. Were you talking about Renee? I want to do the logic one, but not just yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every
5.
fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A Patank maniac race traitor.
We never internalized measure heads race theories, so I don't know what that means. It's just Nod. Like when he gets into these things, like he starts to like he's losing focus. He's just spewing in hatred, like I mentioned earlier. Yeah.
I remember him. I remember him from Lanos. Not him, personally. His make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the Liberals came to their rescue. We missed one. That one.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston. Alone.
There's no one there.
Fat and plump. Like a pheasant. Just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Truss. Shoot me.
He whispers with such predatory hunger. It borders on longing.
You know what? Let's back off now. This is getting weird.
Calm down. I'm not angry. I adore him. He reminds me of everything we fought for. At least we killed that Revachol and his kingsman.
Right. Okay. Uh, hmm. How's their logic sitting at right now?
58.
Uh, let's pump our logic and do this one. I want to get it right.
Sure. We got lots of skill points.
Oh baby, let's pop 2 in there just because it's a special occasion.
Sounds good.
Eh. Oh baby, oh baby.
83%.
We'll never fail this. It'll be perfect.
The connection comes to you like a splash of cold water. Dark, cold water.
They didn't run the Union back then.
Hey,
He acknowledges it. Here we go. A twist behind the dark bend.
Who did?
It was me, Austin.
Revachol. Tiffin Holly was her name. Licked the rich man's hand every time he came to town. Never seen a labor leader so hot on mutual cooperation. And money. She liked that too. That Holly was a real bridge builder and a deal maker.
Bordering on sentimentality, it drips out of him, tempered by something familiar to you. A familiar rage.
And she just disappeared?
Called in, they say, on the eve of battle. Ran away, vanished like a piss stain.
No, that's not quite it, is it?
You know what? I have a hunch that I think this guy has a problem with women.
They are bourgeois.
They are bourgeois. It's like that old saying from my hometown, born to shit, forced to wipe.
That wasn't her daughter, was it?
That was not her.
No, I guess it was not.
Edgar had someone make the call. Why is that?
She couldn't make the call herself.
Here it is, the bend in the river.
And why?
Wow.
Because she was dead.
Just say nothing.
I say nothing. You're not suggestion, so I trust you, rhetoric.
The cow caught a bullet in her right lung. Fell into the canal grasping her tit and drowned. Or bled? Hard to say. It was a sloppy job. And a moving target. She was going home, waddling, dressed in yellow, drunk like she often was. The ruins were black around her, and she had a yellow leather bag under her arm. She tried to cross the canal, heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new bâtiments for the people who flourish in the hell around her, and the ruins.
You shot her.
Someone shot her. Or maybe the cow just fell. My memory is full of holes. All I know is...
Another big spike of rage, different from the one he has for her.
nothing changed. Not in the material base, not in the hegemony. There was no uprising. Just words. The Union fizzled, sogged. Nothing came of it. Nothing.
Slippery fuck didn't keep his word.
Oof.
Now that sounds like you want me to testify in your charade of law. My days are numbered. Let them rot away in a moral intern cell. I've said all I will.
You did do it.
I saw it happen, and I liked it. That's all I have to say. I didn't live and fight for 40 years to end up as a collaborationist. I've heard it on Channel 8, 40 AM, Radio Revachol, late night. Everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone. They're all already locked up for betrayal. The best ones, The ones with heart were slaughtered, trampled.
The same old freezing hatred.
Woof. Yikes. There's something about the statue on the roundabout.
And syphilis?
Syphilis.
Syphilis is a disease Philip III contracted in a whorehouse. The statue is an abomination.
To what? Taste?
Abomination.
The bacteria entered his brain and made him squander trillions on sparkling wine, cocainum, and monuments of himself. His son, Philip IV, the insane, contracted syphilis in the womb.
That is technically possible, although Philippe III was not actually syphilitic. He was just mad.
And he still went on to govern Revachol for 25 years. We lost 2 million lives toppling that mode of government. And those grotesque statues, too. Hundreds of them. What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why?
Probably for the same reason there's people who are excited to have Winston Churchill statues in India.
And what would that be?
What would that be? What would that be indeed?
I meant like which answer.
Oh.
Which answer corresponds with that opinion? 'Cause
Oh,
there's 5 of them.
Jesus! Because cynical advertising yuppies erected a deconstructed version of it.
That's right. Some advertising cockroaches erected a cynical deconstruction of it. We tore it down with honest working-class plastic explosives. And there it is again. Art is a bourgeois establishment. It's an affront to humanity. Every gallery should be bulldozed, and the artists should all be given 30 years of hard labor in Yekokata.
Yekokata, the place to be!
Wait, the bullet hole in Philippe's heart. The statue had been shot. That was him. It had to be. He's already proven capable of taking a far more complicated shot from here.
He shot the statue.
I did. A needless, sentimental gesture. I should have spared the bullet for a deformed monster of liberal capitalism. Shameful, really.
All right. Well, that's it for the statue.
I like how we're now just having him admit to smaller and smaller crimes. He also
The
dropped
fat
the
union
Coke can.
man let them put it there. Corrupt as he is. Probably got a fat check for it too. Shared with the law.
The law. All right, let's just do disco horrors ? Because I'm feeling that way too. What do you mean?
Whores.
Nope.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh god. Okay.
Well, this has been an excellent conversation. Now,
I feel edified a lot.
Glad. It's all gone.
do you want to do the composure check?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do the composure check. Although, let's put a point into it because we've been so good in saving them.
Fair.
Yeah.
83%.
Boom, baby.
What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. For a man who spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild.
He's okay.
Indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. Above all, he seems animated.
By what?
It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system.
Dementia?
Oh no. He's
You've
everywhere
seen
at the end of
demented
time.
people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile.
How is your memory, Mr. Dross?
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course.
Alright, well, I think we have enough to cuff him. Kim was here, I'd ask him to pull up the cuffs, but he's not.
You're under arrest for the murder of Ellis Cortinar.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
This terror, the sum of all the uncontrollable movements and mood swings he's been exhibiting. The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear.
Giving him his Miranda rights.
What did you think was going to happen when you admitted to all the crimes you committed?
44 days.
Do
Damn.
you understand?
Like, he's been here this whole time. He's had this whole thing built up in his head that he's been doing the right thing. He's been fighting for a cause despite being a bit of a lunatic. And now it's all coming down where it's like, we're taking you in and we're using clinical language to do it. That must be horrifying for him. All the romanticism is
No.
gone.
I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
We don't need your permission. We do need to talk about that boat, though. How are we gonna take him?
Say that out loud, Kuno. Jesus. Wait. What?
83%.
Let's put a point in it just to be safe. What could we possibly be hearing?
Let's find out.
Alright.
There it is again, to your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper, stalks rubbing against each other, but then, in the middle of it,
What?
What?
something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin. A very small violin, made of reeds and rushes.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat?
Kuno, did you hear that?
What?
What a farce. What are you talking about? Is this really us?
Your skin crawls.
Oh my god.
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
Let's point at it. What is that? Y'all seeing
What
this?
are you talking about?
The big bug. It's the
There's
bug. It's the
nothing
insulindine phasmid. Oh my god.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall.
Shut up. He
Looks
gets a
straight at
portrait?
you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster, but you don't have a gun.
Good. I don't want to shoot this. We see it. We see it. Let's tell everybody except Gary.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
Kuno, you have the innocence and heart of a child. What do you see?
Yeah, I can fucking see it.
Thank God. If he can see, then maybe you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
Why is its portrait so clean compared to everyone else's? Like, not that it's not a bad portrait, it's just so, like, it's not as painterly. It's just very rendered. Not bad, but damn, it's like it's
Dunno.
otherworldly.
Be very careful.
All right.
And it's just fucking there.
It's just there.
It's just there. It's not gonna go.
It's not gonna go.
Holy shit.
And we will look at it next time.
I got a big grin on my face right now. It's not gonna go away for a while. Holy shit.
All right. Bye.